Hey guys, Fred Tech Up here. So the long-awaited Tecno Phantom X is finally here, and I have to say that I am blown away with the design, physical appearance, aesthetics, and most importantly, all the new features that it carries. So in this video, I'm going to unbox it with you guys, share my thoughts and what I think about it, so to help you guys make an informed purchase decision. Guys, before we jump into the unboxing experience, I would like you guys to take a moment and brace yourself with the B-roll of this beautiful device. Alright, so the Tecno Phantom X comes with an unusual packaging, as you can see here, which to Tecno indicates something special. When you open the box, you're greeted with a large pamphlet that says, "For the ones who are worth it." Does that indicate anything? Okay, so at 228,000 Naira or $495, it better be worth it. Next is the device itself, and a very nice soft touch fox leather that fits the device perfectly, which also brings that extra premium feel when you hold it. I like this direction Tecno is heading. Next is a box that contains a 12+1 month warranty card and a SIM ejector tool. As you can see, everything is neatly arranged in mini boxes with some icon that indicates its content. The next box contains a 33-watt fast charger, which is the same charger that came with last year's Tecno Camo 16 Premium. Next is another box that contains the earpiece and a USB Type-C charging cable that has some orange accent on it. And that's pretty much everything in the box. So back to the device, the Tecno Phantom X is the best Tecno device yet when it comes to design and build quality. The back and front of the device is made totally from glass and it feels super amazing. The frame is made from metal, which puts it on par with most flagship devices. The Phantom X is somewhat tall, but not in a way that feels uncomfortable to hold. It's a 6.7-inch device that feels very sturdy and compact. It has Corning Gorilla Glass 5 protection, which gives it extra level of durability. The Tecno Phantom X feels and looks like a premium device in almost every design aspect. It is well made, the texture, the craftsmanship, and the attention to every design element is on par with what you get from most high-end flagship devices. Apart from the huge camera bomb at the rear, I don't see anything to complain when it comes to design. I like the curved glass that wraps around the frame of the device back and front, giving you that smooth feel when you hold it. The color I have here is called Iceland Blue and it just looks amazing. On the right side of the device, we've got the power button and the volume rocker keys. At the bottom, we've got a headphone jack, a microphone, a USB Type-C charging port and a speaker grill. On top houses a SIM tray that can take dual nano SIM and a micro SD card. Then we also have a secondary microphone for better audio recordings and phone calls. The front of the device houses a 6.7-inch curved display that carries a dual front-facing camera. The display is a 1080p Super AMOLED display with a pixel density of 385 and a peak brightness level of 430 nits. It has a very high contrast ratio that beats most of its competitors. There's something so special about this display that is somehow difficult to show on camera. You just need to see it in person to appreciate it even more. The display is super sharp with a very high color gamut. The contrast ratio is high to a point where it gives the likes of the Samsung Galaxy A72 and the Redmi Note 10 Pro a run for their money. This might be one of the reasons the Tecno Phantom X is very expensive. The display is just so good. Watching YouTube videos, gaming and browsing the web just makes everything comes to life. It is super amazing and I love what Tecno has achieved here. The curved display might look like something from 2019, but I like the implementation on here. If I want to nitpick, it just has to be the fact that it doesn't get too bright outdoors. With 90Hz on board, scrolling through the user interface and playing game is a breeze. Now let's talk about the in-display fingerprint scanner. To be frank, it is fast but not accurate. You need to be really precise with your finger position and apply little pressure to get it to unlock at instant. I feel like the one on the Phantom 9 was a tad faster. It is something that can be easily fixed via a software update. I also feel like my muscle memory is trying to adapt to it most times, thinking it's a physical fingerprint scanner, then ending up feeling disappointed. Tecno just have to send a software update to make it a little more responsive. The speaker on the Phantom X is very clear and decent. It sounds a bit tinny.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. We're searching for the lost and found. But you don't care, you're unaware. keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a...
It doesn't distort at max volume, and it doesn't get too loud either. I feel like when you pay a premium for a device like this, you expect it to come with all the bells and whistles. But that's not the case here. The lack of dual speaker on here makes the Camon 17 Pro a viable option for those that appreciate good sound from a smartphone speaker. I really wish the Phantom X had a stereo speaker. Moving on to the battery aspect, the Tecno Phantom X comes with a 4700 mAh battery, and it is very okay. It is a device that can take you for a whole day before needing to charge it again, which is more than enough for most people. You can get extra juice to go longer if you turn off 90Hz refresh rate. But why should you when you have a very fast 33 watts charger that can juice up the device from 0 to 100% in just 1 hour 20 minutes? Even when 90Hz is turned on, it doesn't take so much from the battery. Now let's talk about software and performance. The Phantom X comes with Android 11 out of the box with a custom skin slapped on top of it, which is iOS 7.6. I would say this is the first Tecno device that I'm somehow pleased with when it comes to the software side of things. The user experience is more refined than it used to be. It doesn't feel like a typical Tecno iOS skin. The icons look different with new features like Hela, voice assistance, and more. Bluetooth is something Tecno doesn't want to give up on. It still packs plenty of them, but the good news is that the way most of the pre-installed apps behave has been tuned down a bit. So far, I haven't seen any ads yet, which is nice. The experience is a lot better than it used to be. The Tecno Phantom X comes with a MediaTek Helio G95 octa-core CPU paired with 8GB of RAM, 256GB of internal storage, and a 90Hz refresh rate as I mentioned earlier. The device is fast and super responsive. It has basically the same CPU from the Camon 17 Pro. The Helio G95 CPU is very good and performance is not an issue at all. Gaming is very impressive, launching of apps, handling more background apps is impressive as well. So far, I haven't noticed any performance lags or performance issues, which is the same experience I got from the Camon 17 Pro. My only problem here is that at this price point, Tecno could have given the Phantom X a much more beefier processor to keep up with its price. At least to give people more reasons to choose the Phantom X over the Camon 17 Pro. Don't get me wrong, the Phantom X is very fast, but you're also going to get the same experience with the Camon 17 Pro at a way lesser amount. Now moving on to the most interesting part, which is the camera. The Tecno Phantom X comes with a 50 megapixels main sensor, 13 megapixels 50mm telephoto lens with 2x optical zoom and 8 megapixels ultra wide angle camera. On the front side, we have a 48 megapixel selfie camera backed up with an 8 megapixels ultra wide camera. Guys, listen to this. This is the best camera from Tecno yet. In fact, it is the best camera ever fitted into a Tecno device. It is so good. I mean, so good. The pictures look super sharp and clean. The resolve details are impressive. The processing is on point. Colors looks nice and true to life. Portrait shots are super impressive as well. Not only does it maintain good detail, the separation between the subject and the background is closer to what you get from a DSLR camera. However, there's a little bit of skin softening effect on its images which some people might not like. I personally do not like it as well. The ultra wide angle camera is decent as well, but it doesn't leave a lasting impression like the main camera. I'm going to make a dedicated camera review with this device, and I'm also going to compare it with some of its competitors, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out. The Super Night mode on here is the best that I've seen on any mid-range smartphone, trust me. It is better than what you get from the likes of Samsung Galaxy A52, A72, Redmi Note 10 Pro and Oppo Reno 5 combined. You don't believe me? Okay, I'm going to make a comparison video between those, so stay tuned for that. Moving on to the selfie side of things, it is decent enough, but I expected more at this price point. Don't get me wrong, the selfie image is bright and sharp, but I feel like Tecno can do better. Some of the selfie images suffers from overexposure and lack of good high dynamic range. However, details are present and skin colors looks nice. The Phantom X can shoot video in 4K resolution and the footage looks nice. However, there is no form of video stabilization when you shoot in 4K, unless you downscale to a 1080p before you can have that enabled. Hey guys, Fred's Tech Up here. So this is the front facing camera of the Tecno Phantom X. I'm currently shooting in 4K 30 frames per second and the footage is okay. It looks okay, it looks sharp actually. I like the skin tone and I like the color reproduction, but as you can see, and the sky up there's a little bit of high dynamic range issues. The sky is completely blown away, as you can see, but what is in focus right here is very okay. I like the skin tone, as I said. Do let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about the audio quality as well. So in conclusion, the Tecno Phantom X is the best device from Tecno yet. It has a very decent camera, even though I'm not too impressed with the selfie images. The build quality supersedes anything its competition has to offer. No ads so far. The user interface is a little bit more refined. The curved display is one of the best on a mid-range smartphone. Battery life is good, and above all, performance is very impressive. The only downside to this device has to be the price. At 228,000 Naira or almost $500, it is difficult to recommend it over the Camon 17 Pro, which packs similar performance feature. However, if you care so much about something that is the best of the best in its class, then I will highly recommend you go ahead and buy it. Because apart from some few downsides that I've talked about, the Tecno Phantom X is almost up there with the big boys. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to stay tuned for more upcoming content from the Tecno Phantom X. Don't forget to give this video a like if you found it useful, and I'll talk to you guys in the very next one. Bye bye.